Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope everyone is having a great weekend. Sunday is now upon us, and we got the big game heading into this afternoon. So let's get into it here. We're going to talk about a couple of things. One, we're going to look at just Bitcoin, Ethereum, see what's going on in the markets there with them over the weekend. We're also going to take a look at the miners, see how they did against Bitcoin this past week. It wasn't a good week for either Bitcoin or the miners, but we'll take a look at it also. And then we'll also take a look at most undervalued. These miners have the most upside potential. Which ones are they? Are they from the column left? Are they column right? We'll take a look at it. I'll give you guys the data that I do have on it, and we'll go over it. Okay, so it should be a pretty easy day. And as always, you guys know the drill here. Not financial advice, for entertainment only. Do your own research. I'm investing in flying coins and companies for full disclosure. And let's take a look at Bitcoin here right now. So Bitcoin right now is trading at 21,787. It is down a little bit here on the day today. It is down, what is it? Down 0.35%. Yesterday was down. Yesterday was up actually 1.09%. So it was a pretty good day there. We had 3 days in a row where we're down, 1 day up, and then we're still looking like we're possibly going to be going down here. So let me show you guys what I mean by this. RSI on the 4-hour chart is now at 39. Last time it was back here was actually higher at that point. So I think we're still going down here on the 4-hour. 1 hour also, you can see that the RSI from the bottom of the RSI here, price was actually higher or lower than where it is right now. If we look at the RSI, it is at 43 last time. Look back down here, price was actually a little bit lower on it. So it's looking a little bit better. But if you go back all the way over here, you can see that the RSI skyrocketed up here and the price appreciation wasn't all that great. I mean, you can take a look at it here where the price was back here. RSI at that time was 21, so it was definitely oversold. But if we look at it over here, go back over to any of these marks, RSI was much higher at that point at 68. It leads me to believe we are going to be falling down even more. Okay, so that's Bitcoin right there in a nutshell. Ethereum as well. Let's take a look at that one on the daily. It was up yesterday as well. It was up 1.71%. Today it is down 1.66%. Look at the 4-hour chart on that. You can also see the same thing happening as with Bitcoin. It is trending downwards. You can see here on it. RSI is higher, but the price is actually about the same spot as it was when RSI was lower. So to me, that's not good. Looking at the 1-hour chart, we had the same thing happen here where Ethereum went way up and the RSI value didn't really follow suit as well. It is now at 36. Last time we were back here was right around here. Price at that point was pretty close to where it is, maybe a little higher. So like I said, I think we're going to be going down a little bit more. We have to possibly test on Bitcoin, which is at 21,300 line. We also have to possibly get down below that and fill the gap here that we had on the CME futures, which is between 19,900 and roughly 20,500, something like that. We need to fill that gap before we continue going up higher. We'll either fill it now or we will fill it later on, and later on might be just a little more painful to come back down this far. So if we're this close away from it, I would rather just fill it right now and be done and over with it right now. Okay, so that's kind of where we're looking on that. Let's take a look at the network hash rate really quick. That has been going up a little bit here. This is on the 1-day average chart. It did go up to 316, came back down a little bit to 287 million, and it's up to 291 right now. On the 7-day average, you can see here that it is coming back up here to 286 million. So it has gone up. Okay, so let's take a look at, first the miners that I think are way undervalued, and we'll go through it all. So pulled some data on all the miners. I did exclude a couple miners. Mawson had a reverse split 6-for-1. That's kind of messing up my numbers here. So until that data gets corrected through the services I use for providing stock prices, market cap, all those things gets corrected, that's being omitted from here. And also Core Scientific is being omitted as well because they're in bankruptcy, and that is skewing the numbers that I do have here. Okay, way to the downside, more so than it should. Okay, so what we're looking at is the shares outstanding, stock price for all these, market cap, current hash rate of them, future hash rate. 2 caveats in this. I did include Hut 8 with the 5.5, potentially when they do the equal merger with USBTC. That's being included in here, and I've also included guidance from CleanSpark, which says that they want to get to about 16.6 exahash by the end of the year. So that's been updated there. Everybody else hasn't provided any guidance of growth for this year. So they are where they have reported as wanting to get to. Marathon is still at 23. Riot is at 12 exahash. And everybody else is where they were supposed to be at. One of the things that we looked at here on this metric to see which miners are potentially way undervalued is we took their current petahash, which is, well, the current for like HUT, you have 2.5 exahash, which is 2,505 petahash. We took that, divided it by their current market cap, and that's what we got, petahash per market cap. And we'll go through the numbers here and talk about them all here. So this chart over here shows all those numbers here currently. So this does include their HODL position as far as in their value as well. And then the next one will actually take out the HODL position, see if things look a little bit better. But looking at the way the data is right now, you can see here HUT 8 right now, investors are valuing each petahash that they have at about 163,000 compared to some of the other miners here. Hive is at 103,000, Riot is at 95,000, Marathon is at 94,000, and then you got over here, BitDigital is at 77,000, TeraWolf is at 74,000, Sphere is at 70,000, Iris Energy is at 56,000, DigiHost is at 54,000, Bitfarms is at 40, almost 45, but they're 48. Argo is at 44, and CleanSpark is way down at the bottom here at 33,000 right now, based on this metric. Now, if we look at their current hash rate, you can see that HUT 8 has 2,505 petahash, and they're getting the most value for it. Hive has 2,523, pretty close to HUT 8, a little bit more, but they're also in second spot here as far as value per petahash. Riot is at 9.7. They have the most currently, and they're in third spot. Marathon is at 7.3 exahash or 7,300 petahash. They are in the fourth spot right now, which they should be in the second spot, I would believe. And you got BitDigital here at 1,251 petahash or 1.2 exahash currently, and you know they're up way up higher than some of these other guys here that have more. So TeraWolf is at 1.4 exahash, Sphere is at 365 petahash, Iris is at 1.7 exahash, DigiHost is 715. Bitfarms, you can see here, is at 4.7, and they're third to last as far as value per petahash, which doesn't really make any sense. Argo is at 2.5 exahash, and they're also second to last here. They should be more, I would think, if these guys here are getting a pretty premium price for it, a lot of these guys down here should be a lot closer to them as well, especially having more petahash. CleanSpark, you can see here's third spot as far as operational right now. It's 6.6 exahash, just behind Marathon here. They are at 33,000 per petahash right now, which is just ridiculous, which leads me to believe CleanSpark, Bitfarms, and a couple other ones here are way undervalued, but we'll look at some other data that we also have on these guys as well. So next, what I did is I took out the HODL position here, the value of it from their market cap, and then divided that by their current hash rate to get another number for them. And then when we look at that, you can see it on this chart here, things start to kind of even out a little bit more, right? HUT 8 is now at 80,000, Hive is at 81,000, Riot is at 78,000, so kind of levels things out a little bit as far as what they're actually being valued per petahash instead of having the HODL included in there as well. Marathon's at 59,000, BitDigital is at 60,000, TeraWolf is at 74,000, so they're definitely getting a premium there. Sphere is at 63,000, Iris is at 56, DigiHost at 50, Bitfarms is at 42, Argo is at 43, and CleanSpark again is at 32,000. So they're still the lowest one here out of the bunch. And their future growth, if you look at them here, you can see here that they're going to be in possibly number 2 spot behind Marathon, which is going to be at 23 exahash sometime this year. Riot's supposed to get to 12.5, and CleanSpark is aiming for 16.6 by the end of the year, and Bitfarms at 7.51. So these guys, all 4 of these, I would think should be a little bit more evenly priced per petahash because of their growth, how much they're growing and everything else. All right, so that's kind of what I'm looking at here. Now we're taking the future market cap of these companies based on their future hash rate growth. So we're looking at the future hash rate growth, multiplying it by the current petahash per MCAP that they're getting. And I don't think I have that data here. Well, I have it in here, but we'll just go with it over here. So HUT 8 would be getting to 1.1 billion. That would be a 170% increase from where they are right now. If their per petahash value stayed the same and they got to the 5.5 exahash, Hive would be at 410 million. That would be a 57% increase for them. Riot would be 1.3 billion. That would be a 46% increase for them. Marathon would be at 2.4 billion. That would be a 254% increase for them. BitDigital would be at 240 million. That'd be 146% increase for them. Next is TerraWolf would be at 400 million. That's a 269% increase. And Sphere would be at 122 million. That'd be a 374% increase. Iris would be at 154 million, 59% increase. DigiHost would be at 64 million, 66% increase. Bitfarms would be at 346 million, a 64% increase. And then Argo would be at 113 million. That would be only a 2.36% increase. So that would be like they're pretty close. Well, they're pretty much where they are right now with future hash rate growth. So that kind of makes sense. DMG would be at 49 million. That would be a 35% increase. And CleanSpark would be at 561 million market cap with a 154% increase. Now, if we average out the numbers here for all of these miners without the hodl position, we take that hodl position out currently, we get an average of about $75,000 per petahash on these miners here. And if we apply it to all of them in this category here, and we also multiply it by, let me see here, is that by future hash rate? So we're taking the average, multiplying it times the future hash rate, and we're adding back the BTC value to give us an average market cap that they possibly should have based on the averages, if everything was equal. Hot comes in at 620 million then. That would be a 51% increase in the stock price. Hive would be at 313 million. That would be a 20% increase in the stock price. Riot would be at 1.1 billion. That would be a 19.6% increase. Marathon would be at almost 2 billion here, 188% increase from where they are right now. So that does look like they are a little bit undervalued compared to its peers. Bit Digital would be at 232 million. That would be a 138% increase. So also that would be currently being undervalued. TerraWolf would be at 402 million. That would be a 270% increase in stock price potentially. Sphere would be at 129 million. That would be a 405% increase, and definitely undervalued. Iris would be at 203 million. That's a 110% increase. DigiHost would be at 88 million, 127% increase. The Bitfarms would be 537 million. That would be a 171% increase from where they are right now. And stock price, Argo would be at 190 million. That would be a 71% increase. And then we got DMG at 86 million, 136% increase from where they are right now. And then CleanSpark would be at 1.2 billion, which would be 468% increase from where they are, the stock price right now, from where they are currently, right? So based on this, if we use the averages, we can see here that definitely we got Sphere possibly being undervalued. We got definitely Marathon, Bit Digital, anyone that's over 100%, I would say is undervalued right now. Iris, DigiHost, Bitfarms, DMG, and CleanSpark. But I would have to say that the top three being undervalued right now are CleanSpark, Sphere. Sphere, they definitely need to grow their hash rate, so I think that's going to help them out going forward. And then we got also, TerraWolf and Marathon being way under from everybody else here in this bunch. So with all this data, let me know if you guys agree with this, that some of these miners are getting a much bigger premium than they probably should deserve to get. Hut 8 for sure is one that's getting a much bigger premium than I think they should because of their future growth is so far limited. We'll see if that equal merger goes through with them. And I would think that Marathon should be much higher from where they are right now. Along with Riot, Hive, I think should be much lower in the group here. They shouldn't be getting that much of a premium based on where they are growing as well. Bit Digital, I don't think should be getting a premium either because they are where they are right now. And there isn't much growth for them either. But the good thing is they don't have a lot of debt. So TerraWolf is growing pretty nicely here, so I think they could definitely get a premium on them. Sphere 3D also growing nicely. Iris is kind of in this kind of growth phase right now. They did give back a lot of miners, but they are starting to grow back up. So I could see them catching a little bit more. DigiHost, they're going to be at maybe 2 exahash, right? What do we have them at right now? DigiHost, well, 1.1, but they are saying that they're going to get to 2. So I think they have some growth a little bit, but not a lot of growth. Bitfarms, definitely still a lot of growth in them. Way undervalued right now, I think. Argo is going to be pretty much capped at 2.5 exahash. There's not a lot of growth. We had the CEO leave. They shouldn't be getting a more premium than CleanSpark and really close to Bitfarms as well. They should be much lower in the grouping here, I think. But let me know what you guys think. So that's kind of my take on how the miners are currently, which miners are currently undervalued, and some of them are way undervalued in my opinion. Now, a couple of things, caveats with CleanSpark. CleanSpark has been doing a lot of dilution, but they have been growing like crazy as well, so I'm okay with that. Concerning part is the stock-based compensation, right? I think a lot of the investors would like to see something that's more targeted towards, yes, a little bit of growth. I would say 25% based on growth as far as exahash is concerned, but the other 75% should be based on stock value and shareholder value in the company, okay? So that's kind of where I'm at with that one. So let me know what you guys think. Okay, now let's get into how this week shaped up. We'll do this relatively quickly also. Not a lot going on here. We'll just look at the data that we do have. TeraWulf, we're looking at the green bars up here are how far the miners are up from their 52-week lows. The red bars are how far the miners are down from their 52-week highs. Okay, so TeraWulf up 16.4, down 95. Bitcoin is only up 45% from its lows, up 45%. It's down 52% from its highs. Sphere is up 60, down 87. CleanSpark is down up 69, down 78. Riot is up 69, down 76. Iris is down up 72, down 90. Marathon is up 90, down 81. DMG is up 144, down 63. Hive is up 117, down 74. Hut is up 115, down 78. These two, you can see here, they're kind of trading about the same here. Bitfarms 192 up, down 74%. 122 up for BitDigital and down 75. Lawson is up 170, down 90. Cypher is up 284. I haven't included Cypher in this one yet because they're still growing in the previous number, and we'll get them included eventually once we have more data on them. Then we got them down 62. Argo was up 427, down 83. So they were way down before they started going back up on towards the top. DigiHost is up 383, down 63. And then we got Core Scientific up 558%, but still down 97%. So they're still way beaten down, and rightfully so because of bankruptcy. Now, when we look at the 1 week, see how that played out. Let's do that sort ascending. We can see here, let's do it on the chart really quick. Let's see where Bitcoin was down 3.32%. The only one that did better than Bitcoin was Bitfarms at 3.7%. Everybody else did worse. The worst one was BitDigital, down 25%. You got HUD also down 23, Iris down 21, Hive down 21, Cypher down 20, and so forth on the 1 week. So it was a bad week for that. If we go to 4 weeks now, really quick as well. Let's see here, ascending. I should do that, descending. Might make a little bit more sense. Descending, there we go. Go into here. Okay, we can see here that Core Scientific is up huge here in the last 4 weeks, up 193, followed by DigiHost, Cypher, Mawson, CleanSpark, Argo. Bitcoin's only down 0.03% in the 4 weeks. And then the worst performers are TeraWulf, Marathon, and Sphere, along with Hut, Riot, and Iris. And then if we look at the 8 weeks really quick as well, you can see here that the best one is DigiHost up 276, followed by Argo at 252. Cypher is up 172. Bitfarms is up 166, Core is up 136, Mawson up 123, Hut is up 94, BitDigital 93, DMG 91, Hive is 86, Marathon 63, CleanSpark up 50, Riot up 49, Iris up 47, Bitcoin's up 34. So the only worst performers were Sphere and TeraWulf on that one. If we look at the 12 weeks really quick. Descending, okay, DigiHost has done the best, followed by Argo, Core, Bitfarms, Cypher, DMG, Hut, Hive. Bitcoin's up, excuse me, 37%. And then we got CleanSpark down below that, 33%, and BitDigital down 29, followed by Mawson, Riot, Sphere, Iris, Marathon, and TeraWulf has done the worst here in the last 12 weeks. You can see here that TeraWulf has been doing pretty lousily here the last several months here, which is the only miner that has done that. Other miners have done pretty good on the 12 weeks, 8 weeks. Some have done pretty good on the 4 weeks. So, and here's our chart of everything that we do have. We can see that we had pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 good weeks, past weeks that were good in the green. And then we got finally a red week here. And we might get another red week going into this week as well, depending where Bitcoin goes. Okay, so that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Relatively quickly, let me know if you guys agree with the miners that are way undervalued, and which I think should have more upside potential going into the future if they can execute on their growth plans. And that's it. We'll see what happens this week. Like I said, I think this week was going to be another red week potentially in Bitcoin, unless we have a flash crash down to the 19,900 mark, clear up that gap that we have in the CME futures, and then we can start going back up. Anything is possible with Bitcoin, so we'll keep an eye on it. Other than that, hope you guys enjoy. If you're watching the football game, hope you guys are enjoying it, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much. Oh, spreadsheets available to Patreon members as always. Thank you to everyone there. And if you enjoyed the content, hit the like button, subscribe. Helps me out. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.